a couple of years ago, EIT launched the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, which has a very big objective. We want to skill, upskill, and reskill 1 million talents in the field of deep tech in Europe by the end of 2025. If you had the chance to have a look at our website, you might have seen that we have a training platform where you can find more than 100 deep tech programs. Then we have the Deep Tech Radar, which is a map of deep tech technologies and trends. Then we have the Deep Tech Talent Community, which is a community for talents and professionals in the field of deep tech. And now we have also launched the Deep Tech Talent Initiative Call for Training Proposals. So I give the floor back to Sonai. Please, Sonai.
Thank you, Francesca. Before delving into details of our session agenda, I would like to extend an invitation to those who may have missed the initial information session. We have made available a video recording of the first information session online. My colleague will be sharing the link with you on a Q&A section. If you haven't had a chance for participating in our first info session, I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity to watch the recording at your convenience. Now, come back to agenda items. First up, we have the introduction to the call for training proposals in brief. Next on the agenda is discussion on how to become a pledger. We walk you through the process and highlight the various benefits and opportunities that come with pledging. Don't forget, only pledger can apply to the call for training proposals. Last, but certainly not least, we will delve into matchmaking for the call for training proposals. This is where the magic happens, connecting pledgers with complementary goals and interests. We will introduce you on how to navigate matchmaking process effectively for this call, ensuring that you make meaningful connections that can propel your projects forwards. So get ready to dive into these agenda items and make the most out of today's session. Let's collaborate, innovate, and make today count. Thank you. Now it's my turn. I would like to present call for training proposals in brief. I'm Sonay Gönenli Usul from EIT Digital, and also I'm part of EIT Deep Tech Talent Initiative team. To be eligible for the Deep Tech Talent Training Call for Proposals, all applicants must have completed the pledge registration, including signing the pledge documents, and receive the confirmation before the call close. You cannot have received funding from Horizon Europe related to the same action, and you cannot be EIT kicks. This call is open to all a diverse range of entities, including educational institutions, nonprofits, startups, and companies, and specifically designed to engage a wide array of organizations committed to pioneering the future of deep tech technology, education, and skill development across Europe. All EU member countries and Horizon Europe associated countries are welcome to apply to this call. And to apply to this call, you have to build a consortium with at least 2 entities. And all consortium members must be legal entities and meet all eligibility criteria. You can turn the next one. We are seeking proposals from pledgers of Deep Tech Talent Initiative to create new courses, training, skills development programs to train people in deep tech. The proposals should be aimed at developing tertiary training. These audiences include students and faculty at universities, those seeking vocational training and professionals in deep tech areas looking to develop their skills further. To design and launch groundbreaking courses, trainings and skills development programs, we specifically target and mitigate the skills shortages in the following deep tech areas. Those are advanced computing, quantum computing, advanced materials, artificial intelligence applied to specific sectors, cybersecurity, robotics, semiconductors, clean technologies, and immersive technologies. All proposals must be prepared and submitted through a dedicated submission system. You can find a link on our EIT Deep Tech Talent platform. Leading pledger should submit the application on behalf of all partners of its consortium. Proposals must be submitted in English. It's crucial that the proposals are formally submitted before the specified hard deadline, that is June 20, 2024 at 5 with the Central European Summertime. The deadline is firm and applicants are encouraged to submit their proposals well in advance to avoid any last-minute technical difficulties. Don't forget, applicants must ensure that all required documentation is complete, submitted entirely. Incomplete applications or missing documentation may result in the rejection of the proposal. There are other certain criteria that I would love to present to you in other page. The minimum requirements of training programs are proven deep tech subsector focused training program, total duration of training program at least 2 ACTS credits equating to 50 to 60 hours or more, equivalent to at least a level 3 European credit system for vocational education and training, or European Qualifications Framework regulated training qualification, issuing verifiable certificate of achievement or qualification from a training provider, should not contain or use protected intellectual property or copyrighted content and materials not lawfully granted. If you have more questions related to quality check, you can anytime write to us. And now I will give floor again to Francesca Barisani to introduce how to become a pledger. Thank you, Francesca. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Sonai. So the first requirement to be eligible to apply to this call for proposal is to become a pledger. Becoming a pledger, which means a partner, is very easy. I will show you now the procedure to follow. First of all, what we ask you to sign is the pledge. The pledge is not a contract. Pledge means promise. So it's a high-level, non-binding document where we ask you to quantify the number of trainees, the number of talents that you are planning to train until in the project, and the number of courses that you are planning to apply. So it's just a couple of numbers. You will fill the pledge in and then upload it back through the platform. Can you, Marta, go to that link so that I can show it? So this is the page. Here you have step by step the procedure to be followed, which is the one I'm explaining you now. So if you go down, Marta. Here you have 4 different types of pledge, depending on the type of organization that you are. Let's see as an example, education and training provider. Marta, can you please click? So in case you are an education or a training provider, you will use this pledge. You will see that it's already pre-filled in all of these parts, except for a couple of lines highlighted in yellow here. Here you need to quantify the number of training programs and the number of talents you are planning to reach with your deep tech activities until the end of 2025. This will include the project that you are building for this call for proposal. But then if besides the call for proposal, you are also willing to upload other programs on our platform, they can be included here. So you will have to provide these 2 numbers, then you go down and you will have to have the document signed by your legal representative. So name and title, legal representative, official name and address of the organization, signature, place, and date. That's all. Once done, you go back to the platform. You upload it from here, choose file, And then you need to provide some general administrative information about your organization. Name, national registration number, PIC number if you have it, department, street, city, zip code. It's very, again, administrative information. Once you are done, go down, please, Marta. Then you click on submit. And after you click on submit, within a couple of days, 3 days, you will receive a feedback about the pledge document, which could be, thank you, that's great, this is your account name and password, or please clarify this and that. It's a very quick procedure, as you can see, and we try to be very quick also in providing you feedback about the pledge. Once the pledge is approved, you can proceed with the call for proposal application procedure. One more thing, because before I give the floor back, once you become a pledger, it's true that you are entitled to apply to the call for proposal, of course, but it also means that you become part of the biggest European knowledge hub in the field of deep tech in Europe. We are more than 150 partners at the moment. And when you become a partner, you have access to the radar, you have access to the training platform, to the talent community that I've mentioned before. You will be invited to all the events and dissemination and communication activities that we do. So again, becoming a pledger means, of course, that you can apply to the call, but it means becoming part of a huge and very active community. Please, Sonai, the floor is back to you.
Thank you, Francesca, for your contribution. Now I will give floor to Marta Albujar, Communication Officer from EIT Urban Mobility. She will present today Find the Perfect Match, how to use Pledger's network online tool to find a partner. Floor is yours, Marta.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonai, and thank you, Francesca, for presenting the pledge and how to become a partner of this nice initiative. I will follow the flow left by Francesca on the fact that we are offering not only the fact that you're participating to this event, this initiative, but also that you can also be part of a community of partners that are interested in training in deep tech in all areas within Europe. So we are providing other tools and other materials and other perks for the pledgers when they join the initiative. And one of them for this call is going to be the Pledgers Network matchmaking tool that we have just enabled for our pledgers or the applicants to just use for the sake of their applications, so they can easily find a match, they can easily find a partner for their projects. As you know, this call for proposal is aiming for enhancing collaborative projects. So at least you need to build a consortium of two partners to be able to apply. And those partners need to be part of the pledges. So we have built this tool, this online tool for you to be able to identify, to look for those potential partners to apply with in case that you want to apply but still do not have a partner. Okay. So for this matchmaking, we are using what we call the EIT Deep Tech Pledgers Network. This is, as I said, a private online tool. It's an exclusive online space for our pledgers to be able to discuss on opportunities related to upskilling, reskilling talent in deep tech, but also for them to network, to enhance collaboration opportunities, to showcase themselves, to showcase their impact, their results, their opportunities, or anything that as a pledger can be shared with the rest of the community and could be interesting for others, right? So it's a place where pledgers can find new business, and enhance new business collaboration opportunities, but also find new other services to provide and so on. How can you get to the pledgers network? So you have to become a pledger first. The access to this tool is invitation only basis. So only the accepted pledgers will be able to receive this invitation for them to access this private site. It's an online site that is you can only access with an invite. So that's why if you want to apply for this call and you want to use this matchmaking platform, we encourage you to fill out the pledge. If you are not a pledger yet, to fill out the pledge and submit it as soon as you can. As Francesca said before, it's a very straightforward and simple process, and it will only take like 3 or 4 days for you to have a positive response and access the tool. So in this EIT Deep Tech Talent Pledgers Network, it is like, as you see, it is like a forum where there are like different features, interaction features, where our pledgers, the members of these partner communities can use to interact with one another, to find new opportunities, to be informed of what's happening around the EIT Deep Tech Talent Initiative and beyond, related to deep tech training overall. So when you apply for the call, you need, as I said, you need to be first a pledger, so you get access or you get an invitation to this online space. And for that, I would like to know, first of all, how many of you attending here today are already part of the pledge? How many of the organizations that you are representing are already pledgers? So I'm going to launch a very quick poll to understand whether you are already familiar with this space or not. And I will leave it open for like 20 seconds to have a very rough understanding on the composition of the audience today. Can you see the poll? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I will leave it open for just 15 seconds. Last chance to submit your results. Okay. Okay, so I got like almost 50 responses, yes, and let's say 2/3 are not part of the pledge, so this is interesting, and some others are already for sure familiar. This 31% are already familiar with this sphere for sure. So I'm going to go a little bit more in detail on what you can do here and how can you use this as a matchmaking tool. So within the Pledgers network, this forum that I just shown, we have enabled this subspace. It's called Subsphere because it's within the Agora software that names all the rooms as spheres. So there is a subspheres for the pledgers to look for partners and be able to apply together to the call. So we have prepared a template for you that you can use if you want, but if you don't, you can just call for the pledgers the way you want. But for it to be like as much complete as possible, you can just use the one that we have prepared, and I'll show you in a minute. And there are like some other features that allow for interactivity as well, such as a member directory that you can find like some people which are already part of the pledgers organizations. You can start one-on-one conversations, or you can even start the video calls within the very platform. So you see how it looks like in real life when you get in. Once you become a pledger, you will receive an invitation to join this matchmaking platform, right? So then you will receive an email like this, like one of the administrators of the site has invited you to join a sphere. And once you accept the invitation, if you are already member of this Agora social network, you can just log in and access your site, and you will be able to access the dedicated place. But if you are not a member, you will see this form. And this form you have to fill out with your name, last name. The email address is already written by default because it's an individual invitation, and you can choose a username. a username, that I recommend you to use something that makes your organization identifiable, because your name might not be familiar with others, but if you are part of an organization, that could be something that rings a bell to someone else, and it's easier to reach out to you by other members of the sphere. Then you create the password, you agree to the terms and conditions as usual, and then you are in. And once you are in, you will see the newsfeed. This is the basic newsfeed of the Pledges network, where you can write your own stuff. You can add your opportunities, your reports. If you are looking for someone to collaborate in different things, our team is also posting usually about the Deep Tech Talent Initiative opportunities and other opportunities that the pledgers can tap into. And then within this area, you can find the matchmaking arena, right? This is a dedicated place for you to just do the matchmaking. It is within the wider Pledges network, but you can identify it because it has the description here on the top, and everything here is like more related to the call for training proposal. This is a space that is solely dedicated for you to talk about your proposals within the for the call for training proposals. And here I will show you live in a minute how it works, but you see that you have like the members as well, like some like highlighted stuff that would be interesting for you, link to the call for proposals, events that are upcoming, that are relevant for the call for proposals, and then you see again a news feed that you can use. So the template that we prepare, again, is only a suggestion, but we think that it involves all the information that you might want to include when you are calling for a partner. And the first and most important is including a descriptive name of the proposal, then writing the very short and concise and straight to the point paragraph to explain what is the proposal focus, what is the main aim of your proposal, to the extent that you want to share. It can be that something that you don't want to share externally, so it's visible to others. So you just share up to the point that you want. You could also write something about the type of partners that you are looking for. For instance, you can be specific about the very dedicated background that you are looking for, or the training capacity. Can you train 500 people on our behalf? Or are you part of this network, or are you in a very specific location because you want to expand your reach to a very specific area in Europe or whatever, or if you're looking for a very specific tech focus, and well, the sky's the limit. You can like continue on different like specificities that you would like to see in your partner, in your like wished partner. Then there are some tags that you can use to classify your partner search. Some of them are based on the targeted deep tech area. As I explained before, there are some areas that we are specifically targeting in this call. So it should be focused on one of those. So if you want to classify your search, you could use one of those calls, one of those tags, sorry, to specify what deep tech areas you are looking for. But it can also be based on the status of your proposals. You can have an idea, and just a very rough idea, very basic, that you would like to develop together with the pledger. Or it can be closer to a concept. So you have something that is a little bit more evolved, and you want to continue with a pledger, a partner that you know what profile you need. So you're looking for something very specific. Or you can be close to finalization, right? So it's something that you already have prepared, and you just need the right partner to complete it. The tags filtering can also be based on the type of partner that you are looking for. So it can be a startup, a tech provider, training provider company, or a higher education institution. But it is open again to any of the eligible types of companies that are eligible in this call. You can also, in addition, add some links and attachments if you need like for further info. Very quickly, there are some tips for you to be able to better interact within this matchmaking platform. And the first one is like to be able to browse the different ideas. So people is going to be posting, they are going to be posting their ideas. So you can just search, you can filter by call topic, by the status and the type of partners that you are looking for. As I said, using the different tags. And you can also search by keywords where within all the content that has been shared in the network. You could also, if you are not actively looking, but you're like, want to see what others are doing and maybe join a consortium that is looking for a partner, you can also try to like, comment, and favorite the ideas that are more suitable for your organizations that you would like to explore more. You can directly send a private message to the person who has posted, or you can directly start a video call or suggest a video call from a comment. And I will show you very quickly an example on how this looks like in real life.
Marta,
yeah.
Before going live, and then I want to remind you that we have a Q&A section. If you have any questions, you can just like write over there. There will be no dedicated question and answer a section today. Actually, we don't have we don't have a kind of room for that. So then, if you have any questions, please write right there. Actually, thank you.
There are some questions already. Some of them are being answered by our colleagues, Francesca and Marta Loruso, and some others, if we don't have the answers, I think at the end, if we have 5 minutes, we can just go through them very, very quickly, or like answer them after the call, if you're okay. But I think most of them are already being replied. Great.
Indeed.
Thanks. Perfect. Okay, so I would like just to show how the matchmaking looks like in real life. So here is the template that I just shown. I pinned as a as a pin post that you can always go back to. There are like this template, or call it template, call it recommendations or tips to find the best match. Here you can also see the tags. They are already listed here. So if you go and look for AI, you will find the results that are naming AI. Right now it's only one result because it's only me posting. But when there are like more partners looking for a match, you will be able to find the search based on the tags. And then I have here one of the sample posts that we prepare with my colleague Cynthia. We prepared this post to show you how it looks like, how to call for a partner using the templates that we provided. As I said, it's only a suggestion, but it would be something like this. Like you can see the name of the course that we would like to propose. This is actually a real post that is in our course catalog, that is from the Arctic University of Norway. But I wanted to use it just as an example. So the course is about artificial intelligence for environmental, ecological, and biological science. So this theoretical partner is looking for is a university who is looking for a company. So here is the specific tag specifying who they are looking for. They are looking for a company partner to develop a course to facilitate a profound understanding of big data and AI, emphasizing in the pivotal roles in ecological and biological science. So a small description of what they are looking for, the focus of the proposal, without like disclosing all the details to all the potential applicants, but just a very basic on what is it about. Then the type of partner that they are looking for. We are looking for a climate tech company which can train at least 300 new learners, so the training capacity as well with the course, and have a relevant knowledge and background in the field of biological science, so specific background. Then the status of the idea, our idea is close to finalization, and we are only looking for a partner to make it possible. then this person also share some additional information on the organization for the potential partner to just sneak in a little bit, and then directly call into action. So please comment below if you are interested and would like to follow the conversation, or just reach out directly. So I could do both. I could do either like comment in here, hey, I am interested, and then share it, and then we could connect, or I could just reach out to this person via one-on-one conversation. Here you can actually have a chat directly with them. So you have this the chat box here to start the conversation, or I could directly, which I do not recommend without actually asking before, but start a video call and call the person directly if they are online. Maybe they want to have a conversation with you, or they can keep it for later. And something else that you could do as well is like, hey, I'm interested, like leave a comment. I'm interested, and then attach a video conference, right? So when you share it, you can share a video conference, and then when they are available, they can join the video conference, right? You could also like to do it directly from the directory, or reaching out to this person one-on-one. Here you can see the directory as well. So you could search for the partners here and browse through the different people. Right now, it's only administrators of the site, but it will be open to all the pledgers today, basically. And that's all. I don't know if you have any other questions. Just drop it in the Q&A box, and we can actually go through them if necessary. But there is a support as well in the platform, and once you become a pledger, you will receive all the instructions on how to actually join this space and start the matchmaking. I hope you find it useful, and I'm giving back the floor to Sonai to I don't know if we are opening up for any question or just closing, but just passing on the mic to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Marta. Please, Francesca. Thank you, Marta, for your presentation.
Yes, just a very quick clarification, because there are a couple of questions on the same point. In order to be allowed to join the matchmaking sphere on Agora, first you need to become pledgers. So you become pledgers, you get the invite to join Agora, and then you can access the matchmaking page. So if you are already members of Agora for some other reasons, but you are not pledgers, you can't access the matchmaking sphere. So first thing you have to do if you want to join, pledge. After you've pledged, you receive all the following invitation, and you can do all the following steps.
Yeah, thank you, Francesca. So I think we will give floor to our participants if they have questions. So if you have questions, you can raise your hands.
I think we can go through the ones that are in the chat, maybe.
Yeah,
some of them are not answered, and people can actually drop them in the chat so we can read it instead of opening up the mic.
Yeah, I was just about to answer to a question from Shind O'Connor. Nice name, by the way. To have 500 students advertised, recruited, trained with ECTS within less than 12 months is challenging. What date will call winners be announced and contracting completed? So if you have a look at Annex C of the call for proposal, you have all the call dates. Announcement of the results should happen around mid-August 2024, and official announcement of the winners and start date of the projects 1st of September 2024. Then other unanswered question. So Andrea Moga, we are pledges but not yet access to the matchmaking space. We will check why you can't access. Are pledgers individuals or institutions or both? No, institutions. You must be a legal entity to become a pledger. You can't apply as an individual. Either you are a university, a company, a public institution, but can be anything but a legal entity. What does it mean that the certificate should be verifiable? At what level of personal identification should the verification be allowed? Personal identification, if you refer to the talents, we don't ask sensitive data about the talents. When you report on your activities, you will have to provide information like the gender, the KPIs that you reached, but nothing sensitive about the talents. The certificate should be verifiable in the sense that it should be a certificate from your legal entity, like a diploma, for example, or a certificate of participation. Learners are acceptable from, no, please, Sonaya.
Yeah, there's one question. I can connect to Agora. I'm a pledger, but I can't access to matchmaking.
That's probably if they are in because they haven't if they have to receive the invitation, right? They haven't received the invitation. It is.
No, they are a member of Agora, so I guess
They are
they
member.
received the invitation, but can't see the matchmaking.
It is not only being part of the Agora as a software or as a social network, but you need to become a pledger and therefore have received an invite to join the Pledgers Network. So the Pledgers Network is within Agora, and within the Pledgers Network, there is the matchmaking tool. So you need to be part of the Pledgers Network before, not only Agora. I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
So it's always going back to the point where first you need to become pledges and then all the rest come, let's say, naturally. Learners are acceptable from all Horizon Europe members, Horizon Europe plus associated countries. You have the list of eligible countries on the call, in the call text, which you can find on our website. What is the funding procedure for this call? Sonai, can you answer about the different steps for the fundings?
Sure. The total funding for the proposals from 100,000 euros and between 100,000 euros and 150,000 euros. And the total funding during phase one, the total funding per project for 40% of the project budget. And during second phase is 60% of the project budget. And then the funding rate applicable to selected projects is up to 100%. So I think I just like, kind of, yeah, I think this is the question. I mean, this is the answer. And also, we are just like, kind of all requested funding must be substantiated in relation to planned activities. So outlined in application, do you have to just like, kind of outline in your application? And the practical implementation details of the operational modality for the call are currently under development and will be communicated of selected projects. So, and then keep just like, kind of checking our frequently asked questions tab, and then we are just like updating it. So I think I answered the question.
Thank you, Sonai. Then there is another question. If my university is listed as a pledger, Universidade de Aveiro, do I need additional authority to submit a proposal? Not sure I understand the question, but so. You must be a consortium to apply. So you need to find at least another partner to apply. Then if you already are a pledger, that's fine. It means that from your side, you are eligible, but you need to find a partner that first needs to become a pledger, and then you can apply together. Do we have to have our own platform to upload the courses, or will it be provided by EIT? Courses can be online, hybrid, or in person. It can be any type of program. And no, you don't need your own platform, because if it's an in-person program, you don't need the platform. What happens is that the projects that will be funded, the programs that will be funded, will also appear on our platform. But our platform is not Coursera. Our platform is some kind of a catalog of programs from our partners to give them visibility. So there is no need to have a platform to appear on our website.
And Francesca, we had one question that what items will be included in a budget? And you're not asking for a budget to justify the requested funding. So these projects fall under Horizon Europe, and the general regulations regarding funding and cost eligibility are governed by the Horizon Europe Annotated Model Grant Agreement. So, and then if you just like, kind of want to learn more about the items included in a budget, and then I think I just recommend you to look at the model grant agreement. So it's also just like we also edit that document to our website in the call section. Yeah.
So yes, in the call section, you will have to upload your budget. And as Sonai said, all costs that are usually eligible under Horizon Europe calls are also eligible here. So it will be mostly salaries, I guess, because it's training programs. So it will be mostly salaries, maybe some travels and other direct costs.
Yeah.
Can multiple people have account on Agora representing the same pledging entity? I think so, because when you become a pledger, you can have as many contact person as you wish, right, Marta?
Yeah, usually it would be the contact person that you provided when you became a pledger. But if you would like to add someone else, I'm not saying that we are adding like 10 people per organization. It should be kept up to, I don't know, 2 or 3 people. But if you have, I don't know, your communication person, you would like them to be there, or like any other person from your organization, you can ask us and we could add you manually. But yeah, by default, it would be the person that you submitted as a contact point for the pledge.
So I think we covered all the questions. There are a couple of pledges that can see the matchmaking sphere, but
it is hidden by the time being. Yeah, it was hidden right after the presentation. Like I will open right after the presentation.
We have one question. Do we have to have our own platform to upload the courses, or will it be provided by EIT?
Yes, I've replied before and said that there is no need for a platform because also in-person programs are eligible. So no need. And again, our platform is not Coursera. Our platform is a catalog of courses. So you don't need any platform to appear on the website.
Yeah. Also, is there any percentage known as own contribution that we need to have to be eligible for this course?
No, there is no own contribution, meaning that we fund up to 100% of your costs. But if you are capable of co-funding, that's of course a plus, but it's not mandatory.
And also during the proposal submission, of course, we are asking the cost table, but we are not asking the co-funding or some other things during the proposal submission.
Is the funding provided on a lump sum basis, or will the participants have to report the expenditures? You will have to report the expenditures, but as Sonai said before, we are finalizing the reporting guidelines now, so there is not really much we can tell you at the moment, but no, it will not be a lump sum because it's a grant, it's not a prize. So following Horizon Europe guidelines, you need to report on your expenditures.
But for the phase 1, the 40% of the project budget will be allocated for the phase 2 and 60%. And yeah, please go ahead.
No, I'm just going through the questions. What about the fee for course is up to you. If you want to organize, develop a free program, up to you. If you want your participants to pay, again, up to you. There is no requirement from our hand in terms of being or not being free. And if there is a fee, all revenues coming from that fee will stay with you. There is no revenue sharing with us.
Yeah, and In case this question hasn't been asked yet, could you please share where, apart from this event, matchmaking can take place? And matchmaking will take place on Agora. I mean, the Marta presented today. Please, Marta.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is free to do the matchmaking wherever they want. We are providing this tool because it's exclusive for our pledgers. So this is something that we, as a project, are providing to pledgers as a perk. So, I mean, here you make sure that your proposals stay with us, stays within the network of pledgers, and it can be relevant not only now, but in the future. But of course, you're free to do the matchmaking wherever you are, or even if you know already the organization you want to partner with, or if you go to an event, or you do it online, wherever. This is only one option that we are providing.
Is there any specific number we need to define in terms of number of courses? No. There is no specific number. How many courses should one project produce as you wish, considering the budget? While there is a KPI for number of talents. As Sonai mentioned, you need to train at least 500 talents. Is there a template for the proposal? If not, is there a list of important information to include in the proposal? How long should the proposal be long? So the application is done through EIT digital platform. Perhaps, Sonai, you can share the link here in the chat.
Yeah,
is there,
sure.
I don't know, this I will ask Sonai, is there a way to download the package and work offline, or you can only work online?
They can work online, or also just like some, if they want, they can export to PDF just to check the tabs and then what they're asking. So I'm gonna share the link. So you can continue. I will share on Q&A.
I have also shared it to the person who made this question. It's the link to our webpage with where all this information is gathered. Also, you have the link to all the application material, including the call for training proposals, text, like the official legal framework of this call, where all this information is available. So we recommend you to go through there to the frequently asked questions as well, and through the application. So you learn like what the framework is, and then all the questions that you are asking, they are probably, the responses are probably there. So we encourage you to use those documents as well in the way. And if not, we have a contact email that you can reach out through.
Thank you, Marta. Is there any legally? Yeah, please, Sonai.
I shared the link, Anastasia.
Is there any legally binding consequence for a legal entity in becoming a pledger, or is it just an intellectual promise? So it's two different, the call for proposal, the grant agreement, when you are funded under the call for proposal, and the pledge are two different documents. The pledge is about becoming a pledger, meaning becoming a partner of the Deep Tech Talent Initiative. And that, again, is not a contract, is a high-level, non-binding commitment where you commit yourself to do something, depending on who you are, in the field of deep tech education. If you apply to the call for proposal and then you are funded, you will have to sign the grant agreement. And that, yes, it's a contract and it's legally binding. And whatever it will be stated in the grant agreement, you have to do, or you will have to ask for amendment and all the procedure that comes afterwards. So again, it's two different things. I don't know if I've answered your questions, but again, it's two different documents for two different situations. Let me see.
I would welcome creator 500. I believe attracting that many learners will be a challenge. What happens if we pledge 500 learners but cannot meet the goal?
You will have to clarify why you haven't met the goal. So again, I don't understand if this is a question about the call for proposal or in general becoming a pledger, because when you become a pledger, Again, you have to quantify the number of talents you are planning to reach, and perhaps you are reaching them without the need for the call for proposal. If you don't reach that number, when you do your reporting, you will have to clarify why you haven't reached them. But since the pledge is not a contract, there is no penalty if you don't reach the number. If in the grant agreement, after your project is funded in the call for proposal, you said that you will reach 500 people, and then with the project funded, you don't reach the 500 people, you will need to clarify why, of course, and in that case, it will be a little bit more complicated because the 500 is stated in the grant agreement and not just in the pledge. So I don't know if I'm clear, but it's two different situations. On one end, we have the pledge, which is not a contract, and it's managed in a certain flexible way. On the other hand, we have the grant agreement when you are funded under the call, and that's a contract. So there are more, let's say, binding rules to follow, as in any other European funded project.
We are receiving this question a lot, Francesca. What about the fee for course? Providing courses with fee or for free depends on the goals of your training program. So,
yeah, so it's up to you. There is no requirement from our end whether you want to make a free program or not free, up to you.
Is the 500 plus learners KPI required to be accomplished before June 2025 or could be extended before June 2025?
If we select two courses, should two courses be the same length and should 500 people complete them both? No, this was already answered. The KPI of 500 is per project, not per course. So if you have a project with two, which includes two courses, it's 500.
I couldn't see anything about the length of expected proposal in the PDF. You will submit the proposal online, and when you create your proposal, and then you will see the limits and then everything inside of that online submission system. We recommend you to create your proposal. I mean, you don't have to, I mean, when you create your proposal, you can just like, save anytime, and then so you can just like work on it. And then, so we recommend you just like create your proposal. Don't wait until the last time.
Who should be the participants of the training? Only EU citizens, EU residents, rather than EU citizens, yeah. Which is the same as for the Deep Tech Talent Initiative. So in order to join, you need to train EU residents. About the certificate to provide to trainees, is it with just a signature of the DTTI or the pledgers also need to sign it? It's both. When you become a pledger, you receive some documents, including the template of the certificate that you should use. And there is both. There is the DTTI, because your course in a way becomes kind of DTTI labeled, but then there must also be the signature of the, for example, head of faculty or the rector. It depends on how you manage signatures in your own organizations. But yes, it's both us and you. A course should target on how students can be trained to use a deep tech in their domain or how to develop a service product for this domain. I would say it can be both. It depends on your objectives. So it could be a program training students on how to use deep tech, or also developing a product within a deep tech field. I think we've covered, no, one new question.
One new question.
Could some organization participate in more than one project? No, you can apply only with one project.
But if you have more than one legal entity under your organization, of course you could, but it depends on the legal entities.
Sometimes it happens that big universities have different schools, and these different schools are considered different legal entities with their own fiscal status, with their own board of directors. In that case, yes, they can apply because they are like different companies. But otherwise, no, just one organization, one proposal.
I think one last question, and I think we have to close the session.
Yeah.
So are ethics related to detect a topic of interest?
If you mean in terms of the contents of a program to be submitted, if you relate ethics to one of the fields eligible in the call, then yes. If it's ethics in general without any relation to the fields to the list of fields that you have in the call, then no, because again there are those eligible fields, so you need in a way stick to those ones.
Under one of them, yes. I want to just okay, are university departments or faculties different legal entities? Some universities, they are legal entity. And are students in Turkey considered as EU residents for these courses? Horizon Europe associated country. And will there be another call in 2025? And this is the last one, and then we are closing. Yes, please, Francesca, could you answer this?
Probably in the sense that every year we have some kind of funding opportunity. Last year we had a prize, this year we have the call, next year there will be something, but we don't know yet if it will be a prize, it will be a call, or any other funding opportunity, we don't know. If you become a pledger, you will know first as soon as we have news also on 2025. That's
yes,
all.
And I think yes, and then we are closing the session. Thank you for joining today. Thank you, Francesca and Marta, to be here today with us. So I'm closing this session, and there will be another Q&A session in June 10th, and the registration is open. If you have any other questions, and you can write us anytime, info@eitdiptech.talent.eu, and we are here. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.